Hello?
Hi, Clayton.
Hello. Can you see me?
Not yet.
Let's see. Oh, there we go.
Okay,
Okay, one
perfect.
second here.
Hi. Before we go
How you
ahead,
doing?
I would like to introduce my team of entrepreneurs.
Okay, amazing. Love it.
Erica, she will be interpreting for me. And on the top, John, he will be interpreting for you through the podcast.
Okay, great.
All right, thank you for connecting with me and trying to figure out a time for coming on to the Cat Chat podcast. I really appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited.
All right, let's see, where can we start? Let's see, how did you get into acting? What your journey began with acting? Into Hallmark or into a different network?
Yeah, I was about 20 years old, and a friend of mine, through a family friend, they had an agent who they were really good friends with, and they said that I should try out for commercials. And so signed up with the agent and tried to do commercials, but I was very terrible at it. I ended up yelling and my first line at the director producer, and he's like, "Okay, calm down a little bit." And so then I was like, well, maybe I should take a class and try to learn actually what to do here, because I was very nervous but kind of excited about it as well. And then during the commercial class, my longtime acting coach, Andrew McElroy, he burst through the door of this very vibrant, vivacious person. And I was like, who's that guy? And they're like, oh, that's Andrew. I'm like, what does he do? And they said he coaches acting, like, film and television. And I was like, I want to try that. So that's kind of how I started. It was almost kind of accidentally.
So was acting something that you actually planning for like a career or a job, or was it just like a spur of a moment kind of thing?
Yeah, it was very much more spur of the moment. I grew up racing downhill mountain bikes and worked at a world famous bike shop here in Vancouver, in Canada, and kind of thought that's what I was going to do for my life, and race bikes. And then we had a family tragedy. One of my father figure, he's a good friend of my mom. He passed away in a motorcycle accident, and I kind of just I got really sad, and things kind of changed, and I decided I needed to try something else. And then, yeah, I just ended up leaving the bike shop and then went and worked retail for a little bit, and then discovered acting at around 2021. I mean, I think I always wanted to do something like that, but just it never really occurred to me in high school to take drama or anything like that. I wish I did, because I was a very emotionally vibrant person, and I think that it could have harnessed a little bit more of my I don't know, my size. I think it would help me with my creative side, and to be able to channel some of that energy into doing a play or discovering theater. But yeah, kind of just accidentally, and then really just was not very good at it for for 3 or 4 years. Didn't book any work, but just felt like I should stick with it.
Nice. Along with acting, what are you interested in? Are you thinking about doing like dinner, plays outside of TV acting? Would that be something you'd be interested in? Or
Yeah, I mean, I never took theater class until I started taking some like drop-in classes up here in Vancouver, and it was more scene study. So you would work on more plays, but I didn't come from a theater background. But I really like the journey of being able to live through a character longer on stage. So it's something I've always been interested in, and it's a little slower right now for us in the industry. So, maybe a play right now would be something that would be fun and keep my creative side going. But yeah, I think it's more of a journey for actors to do plays than film and television, where it's kind of a stop start thing. anything can happen on stage, and you make a mistake, you just got to keep rolling with it. You can't yell cut, you can't stop, you just got to keep going and engage with the audience and your fellow actors.
Awesome. Let's talk about, I have a couple of movies. So first of all, let's talk about the new movie that just came out, Hint and Hunt, with Stephanie Bennet as Tabby Noble, Brennan Elliot as Mark, and Lacey Chabert as Dana. So tell me about your connection, your journey, your experience with the cast of this movie, Hint and Hunt.
Yeah, I mean, I'd worked with Stephanie before. Stephanie and I have been friends for a long time. We shot a movie together with Rachel Boston and.
Hopefully he'll come back. Welcome back.
Did we just cut out for a second?
Took 1 second. That's all good.
Happy mistakes, I guess. Yeah, sorry. I'm in my truck. Yeah, so Stephanie and I had worked together before, and it was the first time I've ever met Lacey and Brennan, and they are two fantastic, well-seasoned actors that have produced a lot of great Hallmark films. So right off the top, I was really excited to work with both of them. And I had heard fantastic things about the collaboration with them. And so, yeah, Brennan and I became really close friends on set, and like a mentor to me. And we went out for dinner and really connected just through life and conversation. And he's a really amazing person. I really feel blessed to have gotten to know him and work with him. And Lacey's fantastic as well. I mean, we didn't get to, go for dinner or anything like that. But just working with her, she's so professional, so sweet. Her fan following, the people that really enjoy her movies are such great people as well. And it's always really lovely to work with the Hallmark Network. They're very good to their actors, and they have a lot of great, scripts and stuff. So I was kind of excited about this one because it was something different. Didn't fall in your traditional Hallmark. It was kind of thinking outside the box a little bit. So yeah, I was really excited to do comedy as well. I really enjoy comedy. So
that's awesome. Now with the movie Hint the Hunt, how did you guys all work? Like, did you have solo acting or solo practicing with the script? Because I know some actors have a preference or specific, what do you call it? Specific routine. I couldn't think of a word. A specific routine of practicing and reviewing the script with the line when the scene comes to your part for acting for the movie.
Yeah, I mean, my routine with the MOWs, movies of the week, it varies because some of the days, like some days some movies you shoot in 12 days, some you shoot in 15 or 16, it's quite a fast pace to be able to do your lines and get through scenes. So generally my routine is read the script a few times, get an idea of the story and the journey, and then kind of just build my days throughout the next couple of weeks and organize everything. Some days, it's harder than others to be able to memorize lines and get those lines in. But traditionally with these, you're finishing on set from the day, and then you go home and you're just, running lines and reading through everything. That's fantastic. I mean, we just kind of run lines as we're in hair and makeup. And then, even with Brennan and stuff like that, we probably just say it out loud a few times and then just get right into the scene and sort of collab and just play and have a lot of fun. The director let us do a lot of improv in regards to the to play with the lines and stuff like that, still keeping respect to the writer, but it was really nice to be able to just play and find stuff in the moment. Like with the scenes with Brennan and I in the gym, we were kind of just like making stuff up as we went. So
yeah, there was one scene in that room I was like looking at it like, I don't know if I should ask this or pick on you about that part when you burnt Matt Monk before the whole divorce thing with Tabby. You were doing accounting 495, 496, 497, all the way up to 500 push-ups. So I was just curious what number to do, like literally start at, or how many push-ups did you actually do?
Oh, I don't know if I can let that secret out.
All right.
Yeah, it was like five push-ups. I don't even, I respect anybody who can do, 100, 200.
Right.
I limit myself to about 80 in a single, but even that is pushing it. I take breaks sometimes, but yeah, no, definitely not 500. That would have, I don't think I would have been able to move the next day.
Yeah, for sure. I could probably do like, I don't know, maybe 20 or 25. It would depend on how often I
That's
do
great.
it or how often I work out. But 100, I have not been there yet. So it's all good.
You can work your way up to it, though. It's all about repetition and consistency with working out. So as long as you just continue and you set goals for yourself, then you should be able to. I got to start getting back into waking up and doing some push-ups to get the blood flow in the morning. It's sort of the best way to do it.
But sure, damn, I built my way up running. I'm a runner, so sometimes I start smart, I keep going. So I got to get back into it and work myself way up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have flat feet. I don't have arches, so I can't run.
I have one flat. I have one of my foot is a little bit flat, but not too much. The other one is like a huge arc. So I had a hard time with basketball because I have to wear shoes. So I kept pulling my muscles under there. So yeah, lesson learned.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite moment or a favorite memory of making hints that hurt with the crew?
Yeah, I mean, there was just a lot of fun improv moments. I think the gym scene between Brennan and I, like, Brennan just kept looking at me after and just shaking his head and walking away. Because he's just like, you're just such a brat. Like, he loved what I was bringing to the character. And him and I kind of just kept laughing at each other after each scene to take. And I always try to switch it up a little bit, unless I'm asked to do it consistently. So with some of the improv, I just was saying silly things, and Brennan just trying to hold a straight face at times in the gym. The gym scene was probably the most fun that we've had. And then when Steph dumped the drink on my head in the restaurant scene, that was a fun one too. I actually was not expecting to get the drink dumped on me in that take. So like it was natural for me to react to that. I thought we were doing another fake one. And then so I was like kind of taken aback. It was all in my eye. The pour was perfect. It hit my head and then just dripped down, and it all worked out really well. And I was not expecting that. So that was one of my favorite scenes because Steph just nailed it. And I'm sure she had fun doing it too.
Yeah, I could see all the connection, and obviously Brendan and Lacey, because I watched 10, 15 of their movies together. But I felt like the movie, how it played out with the plot and how the cast work within each other. Like Tammy and Brett. Okay, I don't know what the character's name. Tammy and Brett and Dana and Mark, along with the supporting awards and actor. It's just, I was really looking forward to that movie. I was like, okay, please, let this be a hit. So I'm watching, I was like, this is pretty good so far, because sometimes I should tell from the movie posters if it's gonna be a hit, or I'm a little bit nervous about this one, but it ends up being a hit or a myth.
Yeah, you never know.
Right. Okay, let's talk about a different movie that I just watched a couple of days ago. I really enjoyed that movie. It was called The Christmas Retreat back in 2022 with Rhiannon Fish. I really liked that movie. I could see a lot of similar movies that are about the same and the plot the same, but different scenarios or different situations. So how was that? I mean, was the location ideal, or I know sometimes you guys film during the summer, the Christmas movies, or you film towards the bar, depending on the weather for Christmas retreat?
Yeah, so Jason was really good about securing a location that was very authentic. So we shot out at like I think it was like a summer school or something like that, but it was in the middle of the woods and with all fresh snowfall. So everything was legit. Like they didn't use any snow blankets. I mean, maybe for some of the other stuff, but it was really nice to shoot a Christmas movie with that feeling and the nostalgic, the actual wood burning fire that they had, being able to go outside and trudge through the snow. The journey in every day was a little bit difficult. It was like a 4x4 back road with lots of potholes. And so, you're driving to that and everything's just bumping everywhere. And you're just trying to like sit in the back and enjoy the ride. But the journey in every day was a little bit rough, but the location was beautiful and it was worth it. A friend of mine, Tegan Vince, and I just shot a Christmas movie in Saskatchewan up in Canada here. And I'm so bad at Celsius and Fahrenheit, but it was minus 38. It was really cold. And the authenticness of the snow was great, but the temperature was not. And we were trying to get through our lines outside and our mouths were frozen. And so we're like, kind of just trying to clear our lines. And we kept laughing at each other because we couldn't really act all that well. It was just so cold outside. But so sometimes real Christmas movies in real frozen wonderlands are not always ideal, but neither is also sometimes when you film them in the summer either, because it's nice to have that feel. I shot a Christmas movie in Los Angeles, and it was like 112 in the valley, and I was in a full Christmas sweater and just profusely sweating. So I would take the cold over that, I think.
I packed the cooler bar before you act or do a scene. Yeah, some actors do that. I packed where and ride the horse. I was like, I could tell if you were riding or whatever because it was really hot. Filming a movie.
Yeah. I know that the set of When Calls the Heart, it gets really hot on that location as well. So I'm sure that being on top of a horse, first of all, because the horse emits heat too, and then you're trying to act in very hot weather, that you're gonna have to have some ice packs on you or a nice cool down.
Yeah. Okay, there's a couple of the end questions. Is there an actor or an actress that you would like to work with on a movie that you have not yet worked with?
I mean, if I could work with Tom Hardy, I know that he's, I think, what is it? It's another actor he worked with, just that he's like, it's his set, he's a very hardworking, intimidating guy, but I would love to just be around that energy. He's done so many great films and such raw and rugged stuff that for me, a trajectory like that would be ideal. And everybody wants to work with Meryl Streep. I mean, that, as an actor, she's been around forever. And I can only imagine sitting in the professional, longevity that these people have been in the business for, and just watching them work and watching their craft. And, I got to work with Mar on So Help Me Todd, and she was, amazing to work with. She was so lovely to work with, very professional, has been an Oscar winner. And so, just being in the room with that energy and those people who can create and have been able to create for so long is amazing.
Showing out about these movies or movies outside of Hallmark, do you find yourself in each character, or which kind of character do you enjoy to do the most, or do you find yourself into?
Well, I think that you always have to bring a bit of yourself into each role. That comes to be a little bit weird when you're playing a psychopath or a murderer. But every character, no matter how evil or sweet they are, they just want to have a good day. So you got to bring a little bit of that light into it too. I mean, honestly, playing Brett, you know, it wasn't a far stretch of just my energy and, you know, silliness and being a goof. I mean, I'm not
Oh,
as
really?
self-centered or as egotistical as he is, according to me anyways, but yeah, he was a lot of fun to play. And then Chuck on So Help Me Todd was a lot of fun too. Um, but yeah, you get to enjoy the journeys of all the characters, and you sort of just take away something from each of them, and and then you bring that, you know, to your next role. If you're always kind of little tools in your tool belt, as the actors kind of can say, and you're always taking something away from it. So and comedy is always fun. I love making people laugh. I love being the class clown. You know, and the improv sometimes it's just, you know, you get a laugh from the crew, and that's kind of fun too, because they weren't expecting that, and you know, they're there to just have a good day too, and they're working really hard. So comedy can always lighten the mood of things.
The are there any movies or projects you have like a favorite location, or which, I don't want to say which project your favorite, because nobody tells me what their favorite, because they work so hard, all of them. So if you have the location or project that you really enjoyed doing the movies around.
Yeah, I mean, the location, I love going to Montreal. I filmed a cheesy movie called As Good as It Gets in Montreal, and everybody out there was fantastic. I love the city of Montreal. It's one of my favorite places. The food out there is fantastic. The wine, the cheese, the people, it's all, you know, it's a lot of fun. It's a fun place to shoot. I would say overall, my most favorite project was So Help Me Todd. I mean, I love all the projects that I've done, and I get to work with a lot of amazing people. But to see the show creator Scott bring that truth and light and create that project himself was amazing. And when you're on a show, you become a bit of a family, and everybody on that show was fantastic. You know, we do on movies of the week, but they go by so fast. And you know, when you're on a show for a couple of years, there are a couple of seasons, it's nice to have that camaraderie. And you know, like even when Calls the Heart, they were, you know, the family dynamics of, you know, the characters and the actors, and then also cast and crew, or sorry, crew. There was family friends of ours that were working doing still photography, costume design, set design, and stuff like that as well. So yeah, it's the TV shows that you get to build a relationship with actors for a long period of time can be really nice.
I have a question. Okay. I have not really watched a lot all of the movies, but out of everything you made or everything you've done, what would be the top three that I should watch?
You
Because
know,
I
it's
know I
funny.
have So Help Me Todd, so that's on my list.
Yeah, it's really hard for me because I have people, you know, friends of mine, and then people that I meet. They're always like, "What movie of yours should I watch?" And I'm like, I don't know. Like, it's hard for me to pick a favorite because
Maybe I
they're all
should watch
different.
all of them. What's wrong with that? I should watch with
You
all of
know,
them.
yeah, just watch all of them. Just lock yourself in the house for a little while, and you can watch all of them. They're not all great, but you know, you get to have some laughs at least, and see my trajectory, I guess.
Awesome. I do that. I watch all of them, but not all in one weekend. Because really, Hallmark at my escape when I get home from work. I would like to watch one movie or a Hallmark TV series on the new streaming Hallmark Plus. So that's what I do to escape from my kids, from my job, just enjoying Hallmark.
That's amazing, and I feel like Hallmark is a good escape for people, and it's a you know, a feel good network that a lot of people can come home after work and just de stress and watch a really fun movie. And yeah, so
Yeah. Do you have any new or upcoming project for art? Did you get my last question? I just
Are we
wanted to
back?
make sure. Yeah, you're back.
Okay. Just ask me the question again, just in case, and I'm sorry for
Okay.
the cutting it out.
Do you have any upcoming project or any upcoming movie that we should be on the lookout for?
Yeah. Like I said, Tegan Vince and I shot a Christmas movie. I'm not sure what network it will be on, but that will be coming out for the Christmas season. They've changed the title of it a few times, so I'm not exactly sure, but I'll be definitely posting about it when I know premiere and air dates. And yeah, other than that, I just hope that people keep watching His and Hers. I know there's some pretty funny mixed reviews online, which I don't really go down the rabbit hole of, but another actor that was in the film has sent me a few, and they're quite comical. So, you know, I guess, you know, bad press is always good press regardless. So if people are still watching it, even if they don't love it, that's their choice. But we had a lot of fun making it. So I'm glad the people that do enjoy it are enjoying it. And if you don't like it, fair enough.
But yeah, I do on my podcast account on Instagram, I will do a countdown for Christmas movies. So I will like the whole weekend I will watch Friday and Saturday, I will watch the movies that I will write the reviews. Sometimes with the movies that I don't like, I try to be very nice and I try to be very respectful, like 5-10 minutes into the movie. Nope. I'm sorry, I'll try again later, you know. So I get that because maybe bad reviews can make the actor or something realize, oh, I could do something better for the next movie or something they could work on for the next project.
Yeah, I mean, not everything's always going to be a hit, and not everybody's always going to love your work. It's just a part of the business, and you know, a lot of stuff for actors, it's out of our control at times. And you know, I got chastised for playing Kevin Federline in the Britney Spears Lifetime movie. These people were, you know, challenging me and saying I shouldn't do that. And I was like, well, I'm just acting. Like, we're just here to make film and television. And, you know, if you're upset about that, I'm sorry. But like, I, at the end of the day, got to go to work and I got to enjoy what I do. And it was a silly project, but it was fun. And, you know, actors have to have thick skin. You're never going to be able to, I mean, people have to in general, you're never going to be able to please everybody. And when you put yourself out there for this work, there's going to be some criticism, unfortunately. And you just got to take it with a grain of salt and move forward with your career and just know that you're not going to be able to appease everybody.
Okay, last question about the tone acting. Do you have a writer or director that you want to have a chance to work with on a movie?
You know, honestly, I have a few friends of mine that have been writing stuff in their off time, and so I'd like to collab with some of my friends because we made some really great indie projects. And you know, nobody off the top of my head right now. I mean, it's in a big star-studded world. Martin Scorsese would be amazing to work with, but I don't know if that will ever be in my future. But yeah, just collaborating with friends, and my friend and I are going to write some stuff, get back into the writing scene, and collaborate that way. So it's nice to just find that outlet to be able to start making your own projects as well. So I got a few friends in mind that I would like to work with, and even if that's just in writing collaboration.
Do you see yourself walking behind the camera or do you prefer to be on front of the camera?
I would love to direct. I would really, really enjoy directing. I know it's a lot of work and it's a lot of collaboration between everybody. But I have friends of mine who, you know, because everybody does the auditions pretty much from home now. So anytime somebody asks me to help them tape, I get really excited because I like collaborating and giving them my ideas, see what works, what doesn't. And a lot of people are very thankful at times to have my perspective, and not to float my own boat, but I think that I enjoyed directing. I know that Peter Benson moved in from acting to directing as well, and Lucy Guest and a few other people that are fantastic from Vancouver. And yeah, I think I would love to
hopefully you will make that come true after you walk along with your acting. And if you ever had a chance or an opportunity to direct, I hope you take that.
Me too. I'd love it.
Okay, I mean, that's all that the question or the comment that I could think of and talk with you about. So as we slowly wrap up, so I give everybody an opportunity, an opportunity to ask me any questions if they want to know anything about the Cast Chat podcast or who I am.
Yeah, I mean, tell me a little bit about yourself. How did the podcast start? And was it your love for movies that brought you into it? And how long have you been doing it for?
Well, it started, I attended my first band convention called Drama. And that first band convention for me was in West Palm Beach. And the only reason I was going because I wanted to meet Tyler Hines. As everybody knows, Tyler Hines to everybody. So, but I met a lot of girlfriends on Instagram and we met. And I was like, seeing all these networks and all this stuff. And I wanted to do something to spread awareness. First, it started off with Hallmark. And then as I progressed with my podcast journey, I thought about now COVID happened. And there's a lot of issues going on. There's a lot of mental health issues. There are a lot of special needs issues. There's a lot of all of that stuff. So I tried to spread my platform. So I just celebrated my 1-year podcast anniversary back in April. And now I'm branching out with, I'm branching out to interviewing directors, movie writers, authors, and supporting roles that is the lead, this and that. And interview the influencers, how they feel influencers, because I wanted to share with everybody that these are important things. Don't forget to think about this. But sometimes I really want to talk about politics, but I don't want people to hate me. So I'm not going to talk about politics, but other issues within politics, like special needs kids who need to have public education, mental health is going on all over. I've seen so many increased mental health because of being home for 2 years, not being able to work, not being able to go out. So I try to spread it out and make a bigger platform for my podcast journey. I was able to, I don't know if I could do that, but my podcast friend and my author friends like, go for it, you never know. And I'm learning a lot as I go along, meeting a lot of friends, learning a lot about each person, who they're acting, author, director. So it's a lot. I'm really enjoying it. I'm trying to switch my shift on the podcasting channel and how do I provide accessibility. So now that I have interpreters, I try to work with them because when I do available, okay, let me reach out to them. So for most part, it's been really fun. A little bit of a challenging moment. So that's how I came up with the Cast Chat podcast for my hobby.
That's awesome. I love how passionate you are about it, and it sounds like it's something that's going really well for you. And thank you so much for having me. And I love hearing your journey and your story about your how you got here as well. And again, happy 1-year plus anniversary on your podcast.
Thank you. There's nothing else you're curious about. I just wanted to say thank you for stopping by at the Cast Chat podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Have a great night, Clayton.
You as well. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.